Hi, I'm Colin. Welcome to Learn Somatics. Today I want to show you a variation on the backlift movements that you should find useful for getting into more specific areas of your back. So for this one, we're going to begin on our front. So let's turn on over to our front with our head facing to the right. So we're laying with our head to the right and our right hand near our face. Left hand is down by our side, and we're going to turn our right knee out a little bit like so. Now adjust this position of this leg for comfort, whether it needs to be up a little more or down a little more. Just find a position that feels comfortable for you. Now from here you'll notice, because we've turned the leg out, the pelvis is a little tilted. So the left side of the pelvis is much more into the ground, and there's a bit of space on the front between the floor and the front of the pelvis on the right. And what that does is it puts us in a position where when we start to lift up different parts of our body now, it's going to get into one side of our back more than the other. So that said, let's see what this feels like. We're going to begin by just lifting up our head and chest a little bit. We're going to keep our head facing to the right. So again, we're just going to lift up like so. And you'll notice now, because my leg is turned out, I can feel this a little bit more in the right side of my lower back and spine generally. And then slowly come on down. And let's just repeat that a couple of times. So inhaling to come up. It's almost like you're going to try and look over that right shoulder a little bit. And again, as I said, because of the change to the hip position, you'll feel that a little more into the right side of your back, which is great if you tend to get tight in one side of your back. And then slowly come on down, feel the back relax. So I'm feeling that in this area here when I lift up. Let's try that one more time. Lifting up, feeling the tension in the right side of the back, and then slowly coming on down. Okay, so what else can we do from here? Well, we can also lift the straight leg. And again, this is going to be slightly different because of the orientation of the pelvis. So just one nice and easy, begin to lift that left leg up into the air like so. And now this I can feel a little more on my left side at the moment. And then slowly come on down. Remember, we always go slow on the release so that we have a chance to feel the muscles lengthening and relaxing. Again, let's just do that a couple more times, so nice and easy. Lifting that left leg. You can have a little bend in the knee if it's comfortable, or you can keep it straight, whatever's comfortable. Just notice how you'll feel it all the way up the left side of the spine and a little bit into the right side of the spine as well in the lower back. And then slowly come on down and relax completely. And we'll just do that one more time. So gently picking up that straight leg, or more or less straight leg, and feeling how you'll feel the front of your left hip press into the floor a little bit when you do this, and you'll feel tension up the back. And then as you come down, you're going to feel the tension dissipate in your back, in the back of your buttock, and your leg to complete rest. Okay. So let's put those two movements together. We're going to lift the head and the leg. Okay. So remember, the knee is slightly turned out, lifting the head and the leg. Intend to look over your shoulder ever so slightly. You may even be able to just about see your foot in your peripheral vision. And now you're getting a little bit into both sides of the back, but it feels different to what we get when we do it with the legs both straight. So come on down nice and slow. Let's do a couple of repetitions of this. Inhaling up. Getting a nice sense of tension in the back of the leg. And then slowly coming on down. Remember, nice and slow all the way down. This is where we're getting all the benefit on the relaxation. One more time, lifting the head and the left leg, keeping our head turned to the right. I can just kind of make out my foot in my peripheral vision. Don't worry if you can't, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you can feel your back contracting. You'll probably feel it slightly more down the right side of your back. And then slowly coming on down to rest. So once you've done that a few times, we're going to rest our forehead on the back of our hands and straighten out the two legs like so. And from here, we're just going to give the hips a little wiggle, like so. And do that for a couple of seconds. And now we're going to lay on our back and see how that feels. So we've just done that modified or that variation of the back lifts with the knee out on one side. So now we're lying on our back. We're going to check in and see, has that created a slight difference in how the back of the body feels left to right. You'll probably notice that if you had the right knee turned out, you feel a little more space and a little more comfort in the right side of your lower back. And just like the right side leg and hip feels a little more weighted. But just notice what's there, notice what's different, and get a sense of what that particular movement did for you. Okay, let's try that on the second side. So we're going to turn onto our front with our head to the left and the left knee slightly turned out. Okay, so we're head to the left hand roughly by our face, and now we're going to just turn our left knee out a little bit. And again, just adjust this for comfort. You know, it doesn't have to be any particular position, just turned out and in a position that is comfortable for you. Again, you'll notice that the right side of your pelvis is now angled into the floor a little bit, and there's a bit of space between the front of your left hip and the floor. So again, this creates a little twist in our lower back and in our pelvis, which allows us to get into different areas of our back. So from here, let's just go ahead and lift the head in this position. Again, we're lifting up the head and the chest a little, and again, you feel it more clearly now on the side, on the left hand side of the spine and lower back. So we're able to be more specific into the left hand side of our back. And then as we come down, we're slowly relaxing all those muscles on the left of the spine. And let's just repeat that a couple of times. Lifting up a little bit as if to look over the shoulder, the left shoulder, and then slowly coming on down. Smooth as we can. One more time, lifting up the head and the chest a little bit. Again, just feeling how lifting in this position favors the left hand side of the spine. So if you tend to get tight in just one side of your back, this is really going to help you target that area, that side. And then slowly come on down. Okay, now let's go for the straight leg, the right leg in this instance. One more time, you're going to pick up the right leg. Again, just notice what this feels like. Where do you feel it in your back? What muscles have to contract to help you lift the leg? And then slowly come on down, nice and easy, nice and smooth. And a nice relaxation on all those muscles in the back. Let's do two more of those. Just picking up the leg. You might feel the pressure increase into the front of your right hip as you lift up. That's fine. And then slowly come on down. Nice and easy. You might also feel as you lift the straight leg a little bit of more tension in actually the opposite side lower waist as well, as that side has to kind of stabilize you to lift the leg. And then slowly come on down. Again, we're just getting into more specific areas of the back. In doing the movement, you'll figure out where it helps you contract and then relax. Okay, one more time, lifting that straight leg. Feeling the tension in the back, wherever it may be. And then slowly releasing that tension as we let the leg come on back down. Okay, so let's just a couple of times put the top half and the bottom half of that together. We're going to lift the head, looking ever so slightly over our shoulder, and then we're going to lift the leg as well. Now I'm going to inhale up, and now it's much more strongly into my left side of my back, and then slowly come on down. Make sure you can feel the left side of your back relaxing, easing out as you come to complete rest. And just 2 more times, lifting up the head, the right leg, getting that nice slight diagonal, left to right across the back, down into the right leg. Slowly come on down to rest. Just pandiculating all these muscles in the back. Okay, last time, lifting up the head, lifting up the leg again. I can just about see my foot in my peripheral vision. I can feel the tension down the left side of my spine. And then I can slowly come on down, relaxing all those muscles in my back and the back of my leg as I come to rest again. Okay, so let's do what we did on the other side, which is just rest our forehead on the back of our hands, let our legs be straight, and we can give our hips a little wiggle just to wiggle it out, like so. And once we're done, let's turn over onto our back and see how that feels now that we've done both sides. So now that we've done both sides, that should be starting to feel quite a bit more even and level and balanced left to right. So that's just a nice variation on back lift that you can use to be a little bit more specific about which side of the back you're getting into. So if you do find like that one side of your back is tighter than the other, you can give that variation a try. You'll quickly figure out which position is most suitable for you or has the most effect. But be sure to do both sides each time you do it so that you continue to even out your control and your ability to contract and relax each side. Hope you find that helpful. Throw it into your practice, see if it doesn't help. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.